Chapter 10, Lesson 4, Surface Area of Triangular Prisms. You will be able to find the surface area of triangular prisms. A triangular prism is a prism that has triangular bases. When the bases are equilateral triangles, the areas of the three rectangular faces are equal. You can use a net to find the surface area of a triangular prism. The surface area of a triangular prism is the sum of the areas of the two triangular bases and the three rectangular faces. So if we unfold this triangular prism, we get this net. You have two bases that are congruent and three faces. The three faces aren't always congruent, but they can be. Find the surface area of the triangular prism. So in my triangular prism, I have a net with three rectangles and two triangles. The triangles have a base of 1 and a height of 0.8. So the height here is 0.8 and the base here is 1. The rectangles, I have this rectangle here, which has a base and height of 1 and 2. So 1 and 2. I have this rectangle here that is also happens to be 1 and 2. And this rectangle in the back is also 1 and 2. So if you look here, I have three rectangles with base and height of 1 and 2. So let's call that shape 1. And I have two triangles which will always be congruent. So let's call these shape 2. So let's find the area of shape 1. It is a rectangle and its base times height. Its base and height are 2 times 1, which is 2. And remember, there are 3 of them. So multiply it by 3 rectangles and we get a total area of 6. Now the triangle. Remember, triangles is 1/2 base times height. The base is 1 and the height is 0.8. So we get 0.8 over 2, which is 0.4. And remember, we have 2 of these triangles, so 0.8. Add the two areas together, line up those decimal points. We get a total area of 6.8 centimeters squared. Letter B. Find the surface area of the triangular prism. So we have our two triangles that have a base of 6 and a height of 5.2. We'll call this shape 1. And it's 1/2 base times height, which is 1/2 times 6 over 1 times 5.2 over 1. Your numerator, 6 times 5.2 times 1 is 31.2. And your denominator is 2. Divide it out and get 15 31.6. Remember, there are two triangles, so let's multiply that by 2. And we get 31.2 for our triangles. Our rectangles, we have a rectangle here, which is 7 by 6. We also have a rectangle in the back, which happens to also be 7 by 6. And our bottom rectangle, again, is 7 by 6. So we have 3 rectangles that are the same. We'll call that shape 2. Area of shape 2 is base times height. And again, the base and height were 6 and 7, which is 42. Since all 3 are the same, I can multiply by 3 and get 126. So now let's add the areas together. 126 plus 31.2. We get a total area of 157.2 centimeters squared. Find the surface area of other triangular prisms. You can also find the surface area of any triangular prism by adding the areas of all the sides of the prism using an orthogonal drawing. So now our triangle doesn't have the same side lengths. So here's our triangle. And we have a base and height of 15 and 8. So I'm going to draw this out. 15 and 8 is the triangle. And I have 2 of them. So I'm just going to remind myself a times 2 up top. This rectangle has a base and height of 20 and 17. And as far as I know, I only have 1 of them. The bottom rectangle is 15 and 20. And the back rectangle is 20 and 8. So none of the rectangles this time are the same. But I have the 3 total rectangles and 2 triangles. So now let's find the areas. Area of the rectangle, or triangle, excuse me, is 1/2 base times height. Area equals 1/2 15 times 8. Area equals 60. Now I have 2 of those triangles, so let's multiply it by 2, and we get 120. Now our purple rectangle, area equals base times height. Area equals 20 times 17. Area equals 340. I only have 1 of those, so I can keep it at 340. The green rectangle, area equals base times height. Area equals 20 times 15. Area equals 300. Again, I only have 1 of them. Our last rectangle, area equals base times height. Area equals 20 times 8. Area equals 160. Take all the amounts and add them together. 120, 340, 300, and 160. So we get a total area of 920 meters squared, and that is a surface area. Letter B, find the surface area of the rectangular prism. So we have our triangles here, which are always the same. And we always look at our right angle to determine our base and height. 4 and our height is 5.7. So let's draw that. Again, there are 2 of them. Then this back rectangle is 5.7 and 8.6. The bottom rectangle is 4 and 8.6. And this last rectangle is 7 by 8.6. Now let's find the area. We'll start from left to right. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Area equals 1/2 times 4 over 1 times 5.7 over 1. Area equals 22.8 over 2. Area equals 11.4. But remember, there are 2 triangles. Multiply by 2, and we get 22.8. Our first rectangle, area equals base times height. Area equals 8.6 times 5.7. Area equals 49.02. Our next rectangle, area equals base times height. Area equals 8.6 times 4. Area equals 34.4. And our last rectangle, area equals base times height. Area equals 8.6 times 7. Area equals 60.2. Add all these amounts together. 22.8, 49.02, 34.4, and 60.2. 4, carry the 1, 10, 16, carry the 1. That would be 10, 16, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. So our total area, 166.42, and it is in meters squared.